Thank you. Well, did you know that paramedics, firefighters, and EMTs have a 39% higher rate of suicide than the general public? One physician commits suicide every day in the U.S. That's where the nonprofit Stop Our Stigma comes in and their fall gala partnering with Life. It's coming up next month in Tempe, and you can help save the lives of those who save us each and every day. So this morning, I am so thrilled to be joined by two very special guests. We have Dale and Mara with us today. Thank you both so much for coming in. You both do great work in the mental health community, so I want each of you to tell us a little bit about what your organizations do. Dale, we'll start with you.
Thank you.
SOS, Stop Our Stigma, is a nonprofit that is geared towards suicide prevention and first responders and mental health resources. We talk about first responders, we know about firefighters, paramedics, EMTs, police officers, but we also include first responders with dispatchers, 911 call takers, nurses, doctors, all of that group. As you know, the suicide rate or the risk for suicide is very high amongst that population. But for us, what we're really trying to focus on is how do we reduce or stop the stigma of reaching out for help? So part of our mission is to make sure that we're providing that education and that awareness to the community and to our first responders. But our real goal for 2026 is starting to loop in those family members, that support system. As we know, these are the people that see the change in us the soonest. So that's one of our big goals this year or next year, is how do we reach out to that group of people to help our first responders.
Excellent. Mara, what about you?
Well, my organization is Life. It stands for Living in Fulfilled Enlightenment. I started it approximately 10 years ago when I was dealing with burnout myself. I'm an emergency medicine physician and have been practicing here locally in the Valley for 15 years. I've seen it even before COVID started. It was exponential during COVID, and I experienced it myself post-COVID. Our organization provides similar tools for the first responders as well, nurses, physicians, anyone working in the medical field, as well as students, to try to prevent the burnout and thus prevent their suicide risk.
We often are praising our first responders. They hear it all the time. You are our heroes. They do so much for the community. And that's why I think there's this disconnect when it comes to, well, they don't struggle with mental health issues. We just assume they're the toughest of the tough. Why is that stigma so important to put a stop to and really open up the conversation that these people have vulnerabilities just like everyone else?
So to that point, I've been a firefighter for over 32 years. And as Maura can attest, we are just ordinary people that have been given the opportunity to do an extraordinary job. So everything hits us the same way it hits the average person. We just have to experience in that on a regular basis, and we have to build up those tools and those resiliencies to be able to deal with it. But the reality of it is, the difference isn't there. The training isn't there. It's just the opportunity to do the work that we do that makes us different than the person who's not doing the work.
Anyone that turns on a newscast at the top of the hour will see, unfortunately, we are just pummeled with the negative, the bad things that happen. I'm sure working in the ER, you've seen that as well. How heavy is that for our first responders to carry with them?
It's heavy. We are seeing people at the worst day of their lives. And I think because we are trained to react and we are trained to just do our job, we are not even processing the trauma that we are experiencing until maybe a day later or after your shift, or when it comes up again because you read a story about it or you watch a show when it's there. I think that I know for my personal experience, I didn't realize I was being traumatized every day until I started doing this work with Life and doing my own, wellness, mental health journey.
So we want to talk about the gala because it is a heavy subject, but there are positive things happening in the community to do work. Tell us briefly about what the gala is and how people can participate.
The gala is a fun party, fundraising event that we started. This will be our second year. Both organizations are coming together to really celebrate, but also create awareness around the mental health stigma and the resources that we could provide to try to offset the burnout and suicide risk. So we come together, fun party, raise money for both organizations, and kind of tell you a little bit of what your funds and your money is going towards.
Truly such a great cause. We are so excited. It's coming up on September 27th at KPHO. We have put a link on our website, azfamily.com. Click the Seen on TV section, and you can purchase tickets and come see what these amazing organizations are all about. Thank you both so much.
Thank you very much.
I could talk about this for days and days. I appreciate you coming in today. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you for having us.
I do want to remind our viewers, if you or anyone you know is going through a mental health crisis and you need someone to talk to, please call or text the number 988. It is available 24/7, 365 days a year.